here with a masterful composer of all things inspiring and exquisite, the author, pastor, music director, and musician, Mr. Eric Williams, better known as Ewill. Mr. Ewill, tell our viewers what we're doing here tonight.
Listen, we are here tonight. We're going to share love. We're going to share insight. And we're going to give you some background about me and what I do in the industry.
Okay. Now, who were you?
That rhyme, didn't it? It just flowed. Yeah.
Well, you're an artist. It just comes out that way. So,
Yeah.
And a pastor. Y'all have a way with words. Like it's not on you, it's in you. So,
Yeah.
who were you before the music?
Wow. Before the music, a young man with a dream that loves God, that loves his people, and was trying to figure it out, and that was me.
Okay.
It's difficult to say who was I before the music, because honestly, it seemed like as long as I've been, music has been with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use that terminology, so I started off with music as a child, probably playing trumpet at 6 years old, and then went to the drums and, clarinet, saxophone, and then landed on a keyboard. So yeah, as long as I can remember. So it's difficult to really answer that question.
It's interesting. Most composers that, like I saw you in a video playing with Anthony Hamilton.
Listen. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I can get you out of my mind. Sex you is all I see. I will give anything just to make you understand me. I don't give a damn about nothing else. Freaking you is all I need. What must I say? What must I do to show?
But you are multi-talented, so you play more than one instrument. Which one is your hard love and which one is your soft love?
Wow. So my hard love is drums.
Drums.
So I fell in love with drums, but my parents, we lived in an apartment growing up. I could not play drums, in an apartment. So by default, my soft love became keyboards, which was amazing because, I had the keyboard with the batteries in it. My first keyboard was a concert made, and my grandparents got it for me for Christmas. But it was so awesome because it was a little keyboard with the speakers on it, and I would play and trying to figure things out. I'm a church kid, so trying to learn shouting music. It was kind of cool. So I fell in love with it because I learned how to express myself on keyboards versus being, verbalizing how I really felt.
Because you're just gonna get them put out. That's what was gonna happen. With them drums, okay?
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Tell us about the acronym R&B Pastor.
R&B pastor. So I believe that I'm a Bible believing man. Obviously, I'm a pastor. Well, hopefully I am, because some people may have the title pastor, but they aren't. That's another story. But I believe that in the beginning, God created. He created all things. And I believe we have the ability to create what we want people to see and believe about us.
Right.
And I believe there's a way that we put ourselves in boxes that we should not. I believe in the book of the Bible, but I don't believe in the box that man builds for us. So people look at the word pastor and they get itchy, they get irritated, or it's stuffy because they think you should have a clergy collar on and all your I's should be dotted and your T's should be crossed. But I believe God called us all to do something different.
Facts.
And the way he gave it to me, he said, how do you want people to perceive you?
Right.
And he put in my spirit, although I do R&B music, I was like, I'm the R&B pastor, R&B. And it doesn't stand for rhythm and blues. It simply means revolutionary and bold.
Right.
Revolutionary and bold. And I got it because I came up with the concept because anything God calls you to do, you have to be revolutionary and you have to be bold enough to walk it out and fulfill it.
Okay. So I was like, all right. I'm already ready for you, sis. But
nah. I'm trying to catch up. You're amazing. You're amazing. But you know, it's easy to tell the truth. That's who you
right.
are. When it's who you are, you just flow. Just flow. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
That's
no,
what we're doing.
I know I do have questions. Like you are pastor of Life Turning Point Ministries. So, and then that is one of the questions. How have you evolved the gospel while identifying with the people of your ministry?
That's amazing. That's a really good question. You got me right here. But really, I believe that I've evolved in the gospel by sharing the gospel in places that people wouldn't normally go to share it. If I could just give you a brief testimony real quick.
That's fine.
So I was on tour. We were doing, I don't know if you remember the New Edition, Charlie Wilson and Joedeci tour that came out in 22. So I was a musical director on that tour. And I was flying home to Charlotte to give a good word every Sunday morning. And this particular Sunday, Uncle Charlie Wilson was looking for me. He was asking people, where's Ewill? Where's Ewill? They said, well, Ewill left. He flew home to Charlotte. He said, why did he fly home? They said, he's a minister. He didn't know I was a minister. He said, it was something different about you. He didn't know. But he said, it makes sense. So I came back, flew back to Detroit. We were in Detroit, from Charlotte to Detroit. And I met with Uncle Charlie Wilson. And he said, I heard you was a preacher. I said, yes. He said, I want to hear you preach. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to give you my a sermon. I'll send it to you. He's like, no. I want to hear you preach, like right now. I had no Bible. I had nothing on me. I literally had to become the living word.
Wow.
At that moment, my life became a scripture. So he said to me, teach. So I gave a word. And at the end of it, he said, you know what? He said, my father was a pastor. He said, I grew up in a church. He said, when I got on with the Gap Band, he said, and I got start drinking and getting on drugs. I'm not telling his business. This is his testimony. He told me, he said, he went back to the church for help and no one helped him. The same people that sung the songs when he was singing and teaching the choir drove by him. The same deacons that were in the church that he helped mow the grass and do all that stuff did not give him a hand up at all. And he vowed to never go to church. Hear this. He said, I'm going to come and support you, Ewill. I said, why? He said, because within 20-something odd years, you're the first person that ever brought the church to me.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
So that's how we evolve. By, I believe we all need a place to teach and build, to employ and deploy people. But the true ministry is outside the four walls of the physical facility. And we have to actually be the church and take the church to the people. Period.
People get so caught up in the man and they take that away from God. So,
Absolutely.
There's a difference between man, the Holy Spirit, and God. The focus should always be on the Holy Spirit and God. You're still the man, but at the end of the day, you're just a vessel. So,
That's right. Preach to me now. Come on here.
No, because you might be like, you rambling. You don't know what you're talking about, baby girl. So,
no,
but
I know my tribe.
Okay, so it takes 20 years to become an overnight success. How long did it take for the world of entertainment to recognize your abundance of talents?
Wow. Like I said, I've been involved in music since 6 years old. And I didn't get my first start playing on a professional level until I was about 24 years old. And I got the call to go out to LA with Teddy Riley, Blackstreet and Guy. That was my first gig on the R&B circuit. But a lot of people don't know this. It took time, but my father is a musician as well. My dad is he's an original member of the Stone City Band with Rick James.
Oh,
And
wow.
my dad, yeah, he left Rick James. He went, got on with Joedeci. Him and Stevie J were production partners in the band with Joedeci and with Bad Boy. So it kind of runs in the family with me and my brother. So yeah, so it took some time, and I believe like now I'm finally starting to get the roses, and people are really paying attention to how it works. So it's been over 20 years, but to me, it's really not about the reward. It's more so the fulfillment that I get by doing what I love for a living.
Okay, fair enough. Now, separating entertainment from the pulpit, can it be done? Or is it one and the same?
Ooh. I believe it's kind of one in the same, in my personal opinion. And I tell you this because as a musician, I thrive and I create off of my emotions and what I'm feeling. Like it's a spiritual sense, if you will. You feel that the energy from people and you create a certain way, or you feel a certain type of way and you create a certain type of way. Like I get to set an atmosphere, if
Right.
you will. And it's the same thing when it comes to speaking the word. Being a musician, I have to practice. Being a minister, I have to study. I have to go on the stage to perform, but as far as when I do my music, but as I minister the gospel, I'm not performing. I'm more so speaking life.
Okay.
So I believe that one of the same is all about how they intertwine and where your heart is.
Right. You have set the bar very high. That is for sure. And then when we think about that, it's worship and praise. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It's still worship and praise. So everyone serves a purpose. You have worked with some amazing talents, like many that producers dream about, like Fantasia, Her, SWV, just to name a few. I mean, out of your hundreds. You've made your way to Tyler Perry Studios, The Jennifer Hudson Show, Bravo TV, and BET. The list goes on. Which experience out of the ones I mentioned, or if you can think of another, served you the best lesson in life, and which artist mentored you the most?
Whoa. Girl, you good, girl. That's a good one. I would say one of the greatest experiences was going to the opening of a brand new Tyler Perry Studios. Being a part of that celebration, it was invite only, and you're in the room with Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Denzel Washington, Whoopi Goldberg, Spike Lee, some of everyone, from all walks of life. And a young man from the apartments that couldn't play drums in the apartment was on the invite list, being a part of the live entertainment as far as the band goes. That was a life-changing and a life-turning point moment. First of all, to see an African-American man purchase his own production studio on that magnitude, with that caliber of clientele, that was amazing to hear this Black excellence, if you will. I'm all about love, but that was excellence at its finest. And I would say I have many musical influence and mentors, and they came to me at different phases and stages of my life and in my career. So it's kind of difficult to say one,
Right.
But yes, I can name at least 7, you know what I mean? So some people mentor me, hear this, not even being in person, from far away. I kind of study them and glean from them. So it's difficult for me to answer that side of the question about who pretty much mentored me. It's kind of difficult.
No, I understand. I mean, we have mentors that show up in every part of our every level of our lives. We're going to have
Yes.
somebody for us. So, you are working on a memoir and a personal album. Can you tell us about those projects?
Wow. Yes. So I'm going to dive into my album. So this album is basically it's what I believe the world needs. I know it's what I need. I mean, I'm working on a love album from every aspect of love. And if you understand love, we all need love to give our heart to, a love that's faithful and true, a love that never runs dry. And when you really find that love, you realize that love actually gave you life. So I'm excited about this album. It's feel good music. It's going to be live instrumentation. Have some great artists that are going to be a part of the album. And yeah, it's just going to be great. Just good music, feel good music with some stuff, some substance, some meat and potatoes, some black eyed peas and cornbread, yeah, some liver mush and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's going to be pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out for sure. And about the book.
Yeah. So the book is a work in progress. It's like we started and we scratched, we started and we scratched. So it's we kind of I'm a realist, and I was working with editors who were trying to fluff the story, and I'm like, no, it has to be what it was. I mean, from the ups and the downs, from the bottom to the top, up from the low, however you want to put it. I want to share my story to encourage someone and not with the fluff, and just be real about it. And if we can't do it right, I don't want to do it at all. So I believe I found someone coming up that's helping me out. They're amazing. And I'm going to interview them Tuesday before I head out to London. And we should, I have an update for you soon.
Well, congratulations.
So I had to change lanes real quick.
You had to change lanes real quick.
I had to change lanes,
I mean, that's going to be, I am a published author, and I do know whatever you put out, that's the lasting impression that you leave with people. So take your time and find the right editor. That is so important. And if that's your story, you are the author. So you want to make sure it's told from what you say and not what you want people to perceive you as, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Good sense.
So I get it.
I may need to work with you. It seems like you know what to do.
My book is, listen, I put out a terrible book the first
There's no such thing as a terrible book.
I'm like, listen, bro, be careful now. So tell us about your humanitarian efforts.
Oh, yeah. So here, I've always been a giver. I believe, we're blessed to be a blessing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't know this, but when I'm on the road traveling with different artists, doing sound check, we connect with different high schools, different colleges. And I have the students and some of the faculty actually come to sound check, and the people that want to be a part of the industry. And we kind of give them a tour, if you will, on in-person training course. We give back in different cities. We do that pretty much, I say about 40% of the cities we travel to. I did it at Howard University. They came out, a couple of high schools in DC, the area. Also during COVID here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the city I reside in, we had a tent city community. Mm-hmm. And during COVID, I don't know why I can't talk tonight. It just seemed like the words were trying to run from me.
That's okay.
But during COVID, we were able to feed our less fortunate brothers and sisters twice a week. We gave them hot meals twice a week. And I'm not just saying once a week. I mean, 1 meal per day, but 2 meals per day, catered meals. And also we were a part of a team that rented portable showers so they can bathe without going too far from leaving their post. So I'm a giver. We sow seed. We do stuff every Juneteenth. Actually, one Sunday per month at Life Turning Point, we actually closed the doors of the physical building when we had our building, and we would go and serve the people on Sunday morning. So that will become our Sunday worship. Instead of trying to get people to come to the house, we go to their house and we serve them wherever they are.
Okay. That's inspiring.
Okay, KK, is that all right?
Yeah, that's my little crutch word. Okay. So
I love it.
You have an honorary doctorate, or you're being presented with an honorary doctorate. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, yes, I can. I'm super excited about that. They reached out to me, and I've been pursuing my doctorate as far as in theology for some time now. And when you're busy, it's difficult to stay with it, to stay on the grind. And God blessed me to meet the right people and shake the right hands. And next thing you know, I get a call saying, "Hey man, we're gonna give you an honorary doctorate." And I'm like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool," and super excited about it. Actually, it's Saturday. So I'm going to get it Saturday. So I'm really stoked about that. I'm gonna be one of the first doctors
I'm sorry?
in my family. Yeah. I said to be one of the first doctors in my bloodline, to have my doctorate is awesome, man. And, I'm humble, super humbled by it. I had no idea it was coming, and I did work my butt off for it. Now, don't get it twisted, okay, KK? I worked hard for it. But I'm super grateful and thankful that the work that I've done is finally speaking for me.
Congratulations. That's a big deal. Now, you are also set to receive the 2023 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Medal of Honor. Let's talk about it, Black man.
Oh God, yes. I'm talking about it. Yes, and another opportunity. I don't know. I'm telling you, when you simply do what you are created to do, what you were born to do, and like I said, I have the opportunity to do what I love for a living, and that's love others and bringing love, bringing peace, helping people feel good. I believe it chases you around, it follows you, and they got wind of all I do in the community, what I'm volunteering at schools and what I do for the youth. And they were honored by that. And like, wait a minute, you have no backing. So who's backing you?
Thanks.
Who's representing you? And I'm like, it's kind of like me. I'm just doing what I felt led to do, using my own resources and making it happen. And like I said, it just happened. It just happened. So I'm super energized about that. I really can't, it's difficult to explain these things because it sounds crazy, but it's really not crazy. It's really God.
Right. I think because you are a pastor and you're doing so many amazing things, you don't know how to receive your flowers. So it's hard for you to say, dang, I am doing this. But is it okay for me to accept the accolades? It's okay. You worked hard. This is where you are now. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate. I'm the kind of guy. Really, my heart. I'm not a see me person. I'm more so like I want you to feel me.
Right.
I want you to feel my work ethic. I want you to feel my presence and know that I'm here. And when you feel me, my presence, that love is present. You know what I mean? So That's my heart, just to do the work, and everything else will come. And that's what's been happening.
Right. You kind of freeze up every time I ask you one of these pertinent questions, like, oh shoot, do I answer this? Yes, you answer this. This is what we're here for. So
Right. Yeah, I get nervous, like, oh God, yeah.
Show me. Yes, I research, okay? So
yes, I mean you are good. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Now, my question is, you relocated here. How long have you been in Charlotte, and what made you want to make this your home, your church home?
Well, wow. Well, I've been in Charlotte 20 years now, and I'm born and raised in Buffalo, New York. So I came here for opportunity. You know, I was a ministry here called New Birth Charlotte. Bishop Eddie Long had the church here, and they were looking for minister of music, a keyboard player. And I came down and I left Buffalo, and I called my mother. I said, "Mom, there's green grass down here. It's amazing. Like, oh my God, you have to see it." And they were like, "Okay," because my parents never been to Charlotte.
Wow.
You know, yeah. So they was like, you know, I mean, they've been, but they haven't been. You know, when you travel, you go, you know, sightseeing, but you never really see the city. You know,
Right.
So I came here and I just fell in love. The first day my feet touched Charlotte, North Carolina, I felt welcomed and I felt home. I felt peace, and I said, "That's it. This is it." I moved here. I was 19, turning 20.
That's a long time. Well, you're still pretty young, but no, you're younger than
Long
me.
time.
That's a long time.
Oh,
that's a long time.
well, you probably have me by a week or two. That's it. But yeah, so.
No, my back, my knees, my ankles say otherwise. Okay.
I get it.
So,
well, listen, black don't crack. You look great.
Thank you. Likewise. So, with your parents, I know they're proud of you. And I know we don't have much time left, but do you feel like you did everything that they thought you would do as one of their children?
Wow. I believe I surpassed what they thought I would do. Like, you know, it's interesting when you hear someone that loves you, that knows you, win. They say, "Wow, I'm so proud of you. Like, you really did this," you know. And they're saying, "Wow," like they didn't know. I'm
Right.
just like, yeah. But the thing is, I asked this question. I said, you know, what does greatness look like in its infancy stage? How do you identify what's great, what's going to be great when it's an infant?
Mm-hmm.
You really don't. It has to develop. And but that doesn't discount, or it doesn't change the fact that you're great even as a child. You just have to evolve into greater.
No, I believe God, we all are born with what we need to succeed. It's up to us to tap into those things that make us the great person, his personal best, what he has for us. But
That's
anywho.
right. That's right. Come on, you ready? You know, come on. I know my tribe. I told you.
So I have two questions. Do you have a website?
I do not have a website right now. It's currently being built as we speak. So it should be live by the top of 2024.
Okay. And that is okay for you to have as well. I just wanted to tell you that. Your social media, Mr. Ewill.
Yeah, so on Facebook, Eric Ewill Williams on Facebook, and on Instagram, I'm simply Eric Ewill. Eric Ewill, ERICEWILL.
All right, we got action. Thank you so much.
Got action, boom. You already know we rocking. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You're such a pleasure, and you're pleasant. Great, great, great. You caught me off guard with those good questions. I'm gonna have to come back. We have to do this again.
We will definitely do it again. I want you to finish that book so we can have more content, like, you know, because
yes,
everybody has a story, and in order to be brought closer to God, they gotta see you through your walk and your testimony too. So that's just the way it goes.
absolutely.
So thank you.
Absolutely.